Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your college basketball. Yeah, some NCAA hoops action. We've got 5 games for you. So we're going to give you 2 apiece. And then the last game we'll both give a pick on. Don't forget, if you want to get on all of our plays, you can get all of our basketball plays with 15% off code. Use the SMASH15. IC's been red hot right now. So get in on his college hoops or the NBA. Both any of our packages, either the $30 day pass or a week pass of $99, you use that 15% off promo code, and it comes directly off that price. Of course, if you want to get on our football plays, they're out for the week. You get 8 from me, 6 from Indian Cowboy, a total of 14 plays, including 3 top-rated plays included in that. First play starts on Friday. 14 plays between Friday and Sunday, so make sure you get on that, docsports.com/CraigArun to get the $99 pass. That promo code will not work with us because it's already 50% off. And then don't forget about the premium levels. This is the edge, as IC calls it. This is all the extra plays that doesn't make our card. So say if IC has one college basketball play he likes and there's 3 others that are just off of it, for the premium play level, this is where you'll get them in the YouTube premium level. You'll also get 3 premium plays from me or Doc Sports Experts in the level 3. So you can get all 3 of these levels for just $49.99 a month. All right, let's get to those college hoops games. We started off Wisconsin and BYU at the Delta Center, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. BYU favored by 6, total of 162. Not a home game officially for BYU, but we know they'll have all the fans there. What do you like?
I absolutely hate the fact that BYU lost to Connecticut in the last game by 2 points. That was a game where BYU made a big, ferocious comeback in the end, but it wasn't good enough. So the question here is that Wisconsin, how well will BYU bounce back? The only thing is that BYU beat them last year. They beat them 91-89 last year, so Wisconsin does have revenge. Wisconsin comes into this game. They're a pretty senior-laden team, right? They got about 5 seniors or upperclassmen playing. BYU is still a pretty young team led by Wright and Debonsa, which is a freshman and a sophomore combo. I think what happens here is I'm going to grab the points here plus the 6. They have revenge. I know BYU is looking to bounce back from that ugly loss. But the only thing that makes sense for me is Wisconsin. I hate to go against BYU off of a loss, but Wisconsin does have revenge, so that does make sense. Now, BYU did beat Villanova to their credit, and Wisconsin really hasn't beaten anybody, and I'll give you that. But Wisconsin knows that, too, that they haven't beaten anybody. And I think when you put it all together, I'm going to take a small lean here on Wisconsin plus the 6. Could be entirely wrong. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a small lean here on Wisconsin plus the 6. So this Northwestern Virginia game, you have Northwestern coming in as a plus 4-point dog against Virginia. These 2 teams haven't met since 2007. Northwestern, of course, rolls in here as, you have a team that's about a top 50 in the nation. They're perfect 4-0, led by Chris Collins. And do you know Chris Collins has been there since 2014? I feel like he just started there. 4-0. Big win against DePaul on the road. Now they get a crack at Virginia here. You have a very pretty senior-laden team here as well. Neither of these teams are ranked from what I can tell. Virginia is also 4-0. They're led by Ryan Odom, the former VCU coach that came in. They're 4-0 out of the gates, blowing teams out. What do you like here?
Well, Virginia really hasn't beat anybody. I mean, Marshall, Hampton, NCCU, and Rider. Northwestern was at least tested at DePaul last time out, and I do think that Cleveland State team and Boston U could be potentially a little better. But, I mean, really, neither one of them have played anybody. Chris Collins has a transfer from Cincinnati, that Page kid. I'm shocked that he did not do what he's doing there in Cincinnati. Otherwise, Cincinnati probably wouldn't have missed the tournament last year. But he's playing really good. I think it's just too many points. This is in Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, which is actually not that far from Virginia. So there'll be a lot more Virginia fans. But I don't think it matters. I think it's a close game. Take Northwestern plus the 4. This is a 5 o'clock game, too. So that first game is 4 o'clock.
I like Northwestern as well.
So these are early games, 4 and 5, the first 2 games. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports. Next game, 6:30 game, Louisville and Cincinnati. It's in Cincinnati, but it is not at the Fifth Third Arena where Cincinnati plays. It's actually downtown at the Heritage Center. And if you don't know, Louisville is only an hour and 25 minutes away. So Louisville will have as many, if not more, fans. And it's the return of Pat Kelsey home. He played against me growing up my whole life, same age. Both Catholic schools. We played each other in basketball since I was like 7 years old. This dude is a winner, and he has brought a winning attitude to. They already beat their rival, Kentucky. Now, can they beat Cincinnati? Louisville's favored by 9, total 163. Seems like a lot of points for these 2 former rivals that were used to always be in the same league until they moved to the ACC. Louisville, that is.
Well, you're right about Pat Kelsey because he coached at Winthrop for a while. He coached at Charleston for a while, and he's won everywhere he's been in. He's only had one season. Can you believe this, Craig? He's only had one season since 2013 where he had 14 wins. The only other time was Winthrop, 19 and 18 wins. Everything else has been 20 wins and many 30-win seasons. That's incredible. In his second year, he took a 8-24 Kenny Payne Louisville team off to a 27-8 year. Which is just incredible. And they lost to Creighton in the first round, and now they're right back where they started. They beat Kentucky. The question is, can they roll in here and win by a wide margin against Cincinnati? Cincinnati, of course, is coached by Wes Miller. Cincinnati's obviously 4-0 too. They beat Dayton by 12. But given that it's Louisville's first road game, given that Cincinnati has not really been tested this year, even though Cincinnati is a top 5 defense, Louisville is also a top 10 team in the country too. The total sits at around 163. I just cannot go against Pat Kelsey. He's such a phenomenal coach. This is a Cincinnati team that at the end of the day is led by 2 underclassmen, whereas Louisville has a couple of experienced players here. I'm going to back Louisville minus the 9 here. But these games are pretty tough, Craig. I mean, out of all these games we've talked about so far, I like Northwestern the most, to be honest with you. Don't forget, free $60 worth of free premium selections, docsports.com/ICCT. If you want to try us out, that is the best way. Free $60 worth of premium selections. You try Craig and I out, and you get our premium selections and our fantastic analysis piped in there. Okay, so this West Virginia game, I'm interested to see what you say. They are a plus 3.5 point dog here. They are 4-0 out of the, or they're 5-0 out of the gates. Clemson is 4-1 out of the gates here. The story behind West Virginia is that they're coached by Ross Hodge, who came over from North Texas, right? He had 2 seasons in North Texas, and then he quickly got poached. Big win against Pittsburgh, right? 71-49. That's what winners do. They beat the teams that they need to beat. That Clemson comes into, what's that?
Big rivalry game.
Yeah, and then Clemson comes into this game, losing. They did lose to Georgetown 79-74, so they don't have a marquee win yet. So they're going to be pretty ticked off coming into this game. I do have a lean on this game, but I'm going to let you go first. Who do you like here?
I like West Virginia. That's not a great Georgetown team, by the way. So that loss was not as kind of an ugly loss a little bit. And this is a Clemson team that, first of all, the ACC, outside of Louisville and Duke, I don't know what you're getting this year. Again, last year was a very down year. I think it's a very down year potentially this year. So Clemson probably going to be top 5 in that league, but that doesn't mean much to me. West Virginia, the Big 12, dude, the top 10 teams are all good. West Virginia is going to be another quality team. I think this is not going to be a rebuilding year. It's just another year where it's a gauntlet. I think they get the win here. This one's in Charleston, South Carolina, so we will see more Clemson fans most likely. But West Virginia does travel pretty well in this neutral site game. So give me West Virginia plus the 3.5. It's a 6:30 Eastern Standard Time game, so make sure you get in early on this one. And then we finish up. We'll both give opinions on this one. My rival, Xavier, against Georgia. And this is another game that is a neutral site game. And, Xavier had that ugly loss at home early in the year already. And now they're in the same game. It's after this West Virginia at TD Arena in Charleston, South Carolina. So I think Georgia might have more fans. We see Georgia favored by 10.5, total 165. This is Richard Pitino now. Remember, first year at Xavier. Of course, Rick Pitino's son. What do you like here?
Well, before I forget, be sure to jump on Craig and my football package, right? $99 for each one of us combined. It's $99 for both of us if you jump on this link here. I am 32-12 to start the basketball season, including college basketball and the NBA. So that's 72% of both sports for almost plus 7,000, which is insane. Jump on YouTube Premium. It's truly the edge. It's my teaching channel, an extra selection every single day, extra video every single day, I should say, which is basically 120 selections a month. And you get Craig. That's for $20 a month with the written summary on every single pick. With Craig, you get an extra video every single day, 3 extra selections, $90 value a day you get for $50 a month, and you get me for free. Just an incredible deal. So I hope you jump on all of that. All right, as it relates to this Georgia game, Georgia beat this team last year, if you remember. They're 5-0 out of the gates. They've yet to be ranked, so they certainly would like to be ranked. But they only beat Georgia Tech by 5. And I'm very surprised at how big and obnoxious this line is. But that's also because Xavier has looked kind of bad at times, right? This is a Xavier team that lost to Iowa by 19, that lost to Santa Clara by 19. And I think if you have an opportunity in Georgia who, they beat Georgia Tech, obviously. But if you have an opportunity to blow out a team, I think they're going to certainly do it. Xavier, for as good as Xavier can be, Xavier does not shoot the 2-point field goal well, Craig. They're one of the worst teams in the country, outside the top 330 in 2-point field goals. And what's something that's bad about this team is they have 3 or 4 upperclassmen. It's not good to be this bad if they're all upperclassmen too. I'm going to back Georgia for the blowout here. I don't know how you feel about this game totaled at 165. Who do you like here?
I love to see my rival Xavier do bad. I could tell you that much. But I can't believe it. I really thought Patino, it's always that NIL in the transfer portal. It's like, somebody else's great player doesn't always fit in with your style. And then you're meshing so many different players. And it's your first year there at Xavier. I don't know how this stays close unless Xavier keeps a lower scoring game. So I'm going to take the under 165 in this one. I just think it's a little too many points. I think Xavier, if they want to stay close, it's got to be in the low 70s type game. If this gets into the 90s, you're going to be 100% right. They're going to win by 20. And so I think Xavier, for that reason, kind of walks it up and tries to keep it low scoring. So I would like to under. I also think Georgia's going to win by like 11, 12. So I do think the spread is right as far as you got. All right. So don't forget, if you want to get on our football plays, we got first play comes out tonight from me. Rest of them are this weekend, Saturday and Sunday for us. So a total of 14 plays, docsports.com/Craig Arun. Usually it's $99 for one of us. So you get all of our football plays for the week for just $99 at this link. The only place to get it is at this link. And then don't forget, YouTube Premium. These are all the extra plays, and it's not just football. These are all sports, and it's here at YouTube. To sign up, click the link in the description. Just $49.99 a month. Get you all 3 levels, about $3,000 worth of picks a month. So make sure you check that out. All right, guys, have a great day. See you again tomorrow.